Greetings from my new favorite place, the YouTube studios. This is awesome, this place. So this video is about training for teenagers. So this client asked me, hey, you know, my boy, he's 13 years old, he wants to start lifting weights, what should be done? And that's a legitimate question. So, and it's also something that's dear to me, you know, being a father, and it's also, in terms of child obesity, it's an important topic. So, big disclaimer, weight training does not stun growth. This is still being told to people, this is nonsense, okay? One thing stunts growth, and one thing only, steroids, okay? Weight training does not stun growth. So when I was a child, which was like 150 years ago, we always were told kids shouldn't train with weights, they should just do pull-ups and push-ups and that sort of thing. Which is of course insanely stupid, because what teenager can do a pull-up? Like my brother was 6'6" at age 16. He was like a sack of potatoes on a pull-up bar because his arms were really long. I took him to the gym, and then through lat pull-downs, he worked up his strength to do a pull-up, right? But if I just told him to do a pull-up, he would have just quit. Same with the push-up. Somebody who's not very strong maybe couldn't do taking some light weights and then just do a bench press and then work his strength up, right? So then the Berlin Wall came down. Now I just dated myself, and we got all the data from the East, and it turned out that kids there, or young teenagers, had trained with weights, and nobody became a dwarf, by the way. And then it was like, okay, it's okay for kids to train with weights, but they should only do free weights, such as bench, squat, bent over row, you know, barbell presses, and that sort of thing. And for a long time, I supported that belief, but now I'm going to challenge it. And the reason is that kids today are not athletic, okay? Courtesy of PlayStation and junk food. So in the olden days, as my daughter always says, when we went to the gym, everybody had a background of, let's say, swimming or gymnastics or soccer or football, as we call it in Europe. So they could all move. Maybe they weren't super strong, but nobody was completely unathletic, right? Today, when I get young kids, they cannot do a bodyweight squat. Forget a weighted squat. So the first thing you do as a coach, or if you're the parent and you go with your child, you scan the kid. You have him do an overhead squat, a bent over row, a deadlift, and maybe even like an incline bench press and an overhead press. And you see, you know, it's like when he's doing an overhead squat, like, do the knees buckle in? Does he fall forward? Can he do a deadlift without falling over like this? Can he actually press the weight overhead, or is he pressing it forward? Okay? And most likely, I'm gonna take a look at my notes here, sorry. Most likely, what you're gonna find is that the teenager, the child, is better off training with machines in the beginning. So a full body workout, you know, one machine per body part, like seated row or chest presses, and so forth, 2 to 3 times a week, I would suggest. Okay, that would be a good starting point. What is gonna happen? Well, what's gonna happen is, at first, is the child, the young athlete, is gonna get stronger, a lot, because it's a neurological adaptation. So basically, he's gonna get better at executing without gaining a lot of weight. But it's not uncommon for kids that are 14, 15 or so to triple their strengths rather rapidly. That, of course, brings a certain danger, because the ligaments do not develop so quickly. So that's where I, as a coach, or you as a parent or a friend or whatever, have to sometimes rein them in and don't let them train as heavy as they maybe could. Because there's about a 3 months delay in terms of ligament growth to strength gain. There can be an uphill battle, because you're talking to a teenager who is, you know, by definition, not the most rational person on the planet. And now you're telling me he can't lift heavy. So there's that. Weight gain, muscle gain per se, doesn't really set in until 15, 16 years of age. Think about 10 pounds, 12 pounds for the first year, and then another 8, and so on and so forth. Depends how the child is still growing. So that's awesome. That's very frustrating for young kids, because they work really hard in the gym, let's say, and hypothetically, they're saying, oh, my incline press went from 50 to 150, but are not 3 times bigger. What's going on? Training sucks, I'm quitting, okay? So then you, the educator, parent, or whatever, have to explain, like, look, basically what happens is this. You have a grid, like a Verizon grid, in your muscle, and it was now fully activated. So that's why you're stronger. But the actual muscle cell growth will take much longer because that's cellular change, okay? So now you have to try to tell a teenager to be patient. Good luck with that. Trust me, I've done it. It's an uphill battle, but that's what you must convey. In terms of diet, unless the teenager is very obese, you shouldn't be cutting. So eat at a slight surplus, think like body weight times 16, 17, sometimes even 20. And the diet should be mainly clean food, but it should also be, you know, kids have to be kids. They have to be going out with their friends and have pizza or a burger, you know. So you don't want the child or the young athlete to be weird or awkward all the time. So what I propose is 80-20. So 80% of the calories should be clean, you know, 20% could be junk. It's not uncommon for young males especially to eat about 4,000 calories a day without gaining weight. So they would have about 8,000 calories room for junk, okay, which is, you know, 3 donuts, slice of pizza. So they could consume some garbage every day without doing any harm, and they would still have a normal childhood. Because, you know, that matters too. And then after, if you, by you I mean me, the trainer or the father or whatever, you manage that they train 1 year consistently, you have a winner, okay? Then 90% will drop out. That's just how it is. 90% of younger kids will just not stick around for longer than a year. Then you can upgrade the training to like 3 times a week or 4 times. And bodybuilding, just like all sports, is a great school for life, right? It teaches you discipline, perseverance, how to overcome setbacks, how to grind and work hard for an outcome, because it's not like you do one workout, you wake up, you look like Arnold, but it's like a series of many workouts until you look somewhat decent. So those are all skills they can apply later on in work, in relationships, so that's great. Things to be avoided at all costs, needless to say, steroids. So unfortunately, the temptation is very great these days. Steroid use is through the roof, especially amongst young males, because of pressure from Instagram or social media that they should look a certain way and they don't, so they're using a shortcut. It will wreck the hormonal system for years. It will do great damage to them. The other thing to stay away is bro science. You must find a way to educate yourself and your child or your athletes through, you know, social media or books or articles that are science-based but still somewhat interesting, like my channel. You know, so you stay away from the, oh, you got to bench on Mondays, bro, nonsense, okay? Kids are smart. They will get it. You know, it has to be presented properly. And then also to be avoided is dropping out of school. You're not going to believe this, but last year there was a kid in my gym who quit college. I still can't get over this. He quit college to compete in the, hold your horses, Long Island Championships of Bodybuilding, where he took 4th out of 4. Exactly. What the F? Now, first of all, bodybuilding is not baseball, okay? There's no money. You just do this for yourself. And the temptation to say like, oh, I can just become an Instagram bodybuilder, forget it. There's no money in that. So it's a great tool to do better at school, but you must stay in school. Now, if you're in New York City, you need a coach for yourself, your son, your daughter, I'm available. You know, drop me a line. I also do remote training. Hit me up via my email or in the message section on here, and I'll be happy to get back to you. Maik out.